We are back for another year of football. The Saints start the era of Derek Carr. LSU is loaded and should be tuned up under second-year coach Brian Kelly. Nicholls State is looking to get back on top with Coach Tim Rebow at the helm. The high school teams are eager and ready. Our crew is also back. Our very own Cajun Cannon, Bobby Hebert. Well, he's offering in-depth analysis and game strategies. Former All-Pro Rich Maury brings his candid talk back for another year. Mike Detillier will offer his great insight to the sports world each and every week. Harry McCullough will showcase a special guest of the week. Our high school expert Stan Gravois. He'll be on hand to discuss high school football standings. Chuck Bork takes over the question of the day this year as he puts his stellar law practice on hold for just 5 minutes. And our weekly Stayed to Play raffle will reward a lucky winner. This year, our naming sponsors will be part of the show. Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford & Associates, for all of your insurance needs. St. Martin & Bork, attorneys at law. Know your rights. Some perennial corporate sponsors are also on hand. South Louisiana Bank is better when we bank together. Terrebonne General Health System, Community Sports Institute. Barker Honda, the Barker family tradition of quality. Terrebonne Churches United Food Bank. And from Lafourche Parish, Louisiana's Cajun Bayou. Now, from the Eugene and Lorraine Falls studios in Houma, Louisiana, buckle up your chin straps. It's time for Sports on the Bayou.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Sports on the Bayou. Mike Detillier along with the Cajun Cannon, Bobby Hebert. Rich Marty is in the Bahamas at a realty convention, so we need to check up on that because he's going to try to take that off on his taxes. That ain't right. So we got the Hall of Famer, Harry McCullough here with us. Yeah, we'll be back with more Sports on the Bayou.
Rich in Bahamas.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford & Associates, for all of your insurance needs. And St. Martin & Bork, attorneys at law. Know your rights. When we come back, Saints Talk. You won't want to miss this. Don't go away.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our Alford team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Here at Rouse's, we have our own brands of products, which you'll find down every aisle of our stores. These are the best quality at the best price. They compare to the national brands we sell, but at a lower cost. Most are made right here, but we travel the world too. And we personally taste test and guarantee every item. So if our name's on the label, you can trust it's good. Rouse's brand, best quality at the best price.
At South Louisiana Bank, we're great at banking, but we're great at a lot of other stuff too.
Is that a new rod and reel?
Hey, a girl's got a fish.
We care about the community we live in and the people we serve. We're not just like you. We are you.
Are you boiling crawfish?
No, just letting them soak.
We're proud to be here and work for the place and the people we love. South Louisiana Bank. It's in the name.
Sports on the Bayou is also brought to you by our corporate sponsors. South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together. Terrebonne General Health Systems and their Community Sports Institute. Barker Honda, the Barker family tradition of quality. Terrebonne Churches United Food Bank. And from Lafourche Parish, Louisiana's Cajun Bayou. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou. Guys, the Saints didn't lose this weekend. They didn't play. So we know what's coming up. 5-5 football team playing the Atlanta Falcons, who also had the weekend off. Tampa Bay loses, Panthers lose. So the Saints are still in first place in the NFC South. Unbelievable, but we sort of expected that it would come to this. that a 9-8 team, maybe you can stretch it to double digits to 10.
Well, then you should win the NFC South.
You should win. If you get the double digits, you should win this division. But I think, just eye test, Tampa's the best team in the NFC South other than the Saints. Just an eyeball test. Tampa's playing a lot better than Atlanta.
Depending which week you're watching the Saints, right? Because they look real good sometimes against the Colts.
And they beat the stew out the Saints.
And then they look terrible in other games. Yeah. So it's just whatever shows up. This team's going to mess around and win a playoff game, too, watch.
Oh, then nobody's getting fired. They might not win anything. If you let them host an NFC South game,
and against how about the Cowboys?
Don't play Dallas. I'm telling you, listen, I hate to say this, but Dallas is better than the Saints. You know I hate to say that, the Cowboys. But I don't think Dallas, they'll find a way to screw the pooch, Mike, like you always say.
Yeah.
They'll mess up, and that's good. They go so far, but not far enough.
Yeah.
Go get so close, but not close enough. I think even though I'm looking at the Eagles last night, Chiefs, how about you catch the football? And when you look at that, I still think
Mahomes got to throw it and catch it.
Yeah, to me, right now, the best team in the NFC, if they got all hands on deck, is the 49ers. Now, when they lost 3 games, who was available, Mike, with the Debo Samuel and McCaffrey. But if they're all rolling, I still think as good as the Eagles are, they're not quite as good as the 49ers.
I agree.
And then I think in a couple of weeks, 49ers got to go to Philly. So that'll be interesting to see the outcome of that.
Okay, it was obvious that Arthur Smith really wants Desmond Ridder to be his starter. He went to the extreme to give him opportunities to be the guy, but he's a turnover machine. He doesn't throw a lot of interceptions, but he fumbles the ball all the time. 3 times within the 8-yard line, he fumbled in the final game he played, and now he's going back to Desmond Ridder.
Well, you know why he's going back.
Can't stop the running quarterback.
Yeah, that's exactly why they're going with Desmond Ridder. Oh, look at the success. I think it'd be a big win for the Saints come Sunday in Atlanta if they can hold Desmond Ridder rushing under 30 yards. But if he has 50 or 60 yards, maybe a few significant third down rushes to sustain drives, that's not good for the Saints. But we have been terrible in the first half defensively the last 5 games. And I know Dennis Allen, they look at the bye week, or how can we get better? Because our Saints, our offense, it is what it is, except for that Colts game. I don't know how many times we could play on that level. But our defense, we can't be hovering around top 10. Right now, we're like number 10, 11, or 12. We need to be for sure top 10, if not top 5, and I don't know if we're there yet.
The other thing, too, is this team has tape. You've seen the last 2 games. Cole Kmet with the Bears, and we saw T.J. Hawkinson. He looked like he was open even when he was in the huddle.
Can we guard the tight end?
Kyle Pitts comes in. Now, Kyle was a tilt-the-field player at Florida at tight end. I don't know why they're not throwing him the football more at all.
Well, they don't use you look at
Bijan Robinson either.
Right. Running back, you look at Drake London. There's a number. They have the weapons, and you know how we've invested in offensive line. Dave West invested in wide receiver, tight end, and running back, and it hadn't come to fruition to really help Atlanta where they're.
Okay, Arthur is an offensive-minded coach, just like Dennis is a defensive-minded.
He might get run out of town too.
No, him and Terry Fontenot.
Yeah,
they both might get because Terry picked him to be the head coach. Now he might have to go work for his dad again, because his dad owns Federal Express.
Oh, that's not
Mr.
a bad
Fred
gig.
Smith. That's not a bad gig, but whatever. The thing about it is they have not played well on the offensive side of the football. Ryan Nielsen, I think, has done a pretty good job defensively.
Well,
no, I'm just saying when you don't have a quarterback, you don't have those drives, and that's why those skill players don't have a lot of stats because they don't have these long drives. They have 1 or 2 every once in a while they'll score on a big play. But their quarterback can't sustain drives for like a 14-play drive, a 10-play drive. This is where you kind of rack up those stats. And that quarterback is not doing it. Well, that's why they're in every game coming down the line.
Speaking of quarterback, Derek Carr, we got to hope Derek Carr works out. He's the quarterback for this year and next year because they're not eating like almost $60 million. They're not going to do that. So now 2025, that's a different animal, who's coaching and all that. But they need right now Derek Carr to be successful. And the one thing he has not been successful on third down and the red zone. If you look at it on third down right now, his quarterback rating is like 79. That needs to be like 99, not 79. The red zone, we only 40. His completion percentage in the red zone. This goes back to the Raiders. There's only 45% which ranks near the bottom of the NFL.
Okay, bottom line is this. We have saw what Taysom Hill can do as a runner, receiver, whatever quarterback situation he plays. Come on, give him the football. He can't just carry the football one time. How hard-headed can you be as a coordinator?
Like Mike's saying, and Harry, when you think about this, I mean, we all got common sense, well, we should. And I always say I'm in the 1% of common sense in the world. I'm not a rocket science like Joshua Dobbs, aerospace engineer and all that. But one thing I know is that Taysom Hill, when he runs the ball 7 times or more, the Saints are 17-1.
Give him the ball.
So how can he only have 1 carry? Come on, Pete Carmichael. Give him the ball. Now, if we lose,
we'll be back with more.
We give him more the ball.
When we come back, who's in the crowd?
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin & Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin & Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin & Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our offered team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by St. Martin & Bork Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Alford & Associates for all of your insurance needs. And by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
Gummy.
Yeah. No,
back here on Sports on the Bayou. Man, the conversations off the air would be much better than the ones we have on. H, I'll throw it to you.
Yeah, let's talk about a sponsor. Before we do, we have the Saints Fan of the Year in the house. Stand up, Jonathan.
Stand up, brother.
Jonathan Mathern. Jonathan works for the Sheriff's Department, right? And how do you win? Well, we don't have a mic on you yet, but he wins Fan of the Year for the New Orleans Saints. So, Jonathan, we have a tradition here when we do our sponsors. We want to get the crowd kind of into it. Can you start like
a chant?
Anybody tell them like we start a clap like? You stand up.
Oh, you can't clap like this. You got to like. Yeah.
We're going to talk to Jonathan a little more, but let's start with our sponsors. And, of course, Rouse's is one of our naming sponsors at the table. So Rouse's is in the house. They're here today. Actually, Bobby and Mike, y'all going to be at Rouse's a little later on.
We'll be at Rouse's tonight, 4 to 8.
Yeah, 4 to 8. We'll be at Rouse. Come see us at Houma. Listen, they have a line to buy the chicken or the crawfish there in the future.
And he can't get lost from here to Rouse's on Morning.
We have Alford & Associates here, and Jonathan sitting at that table. So, guys, always appreciate you, John and Priscilla, and under group. St. Martin & Bork is here. They're always a sponsor. Chuck is not here, so we're going to have Jonathan think of a question. He's going to do the What's Up, Chuck segment later on. Lafourche Parish, Louisiana's Cajun Bayou in the house.
Yeah, we
Appreciate
got Miss Misty, best photographer in the world, right there.
Oh, best photographer. She's got a lot to shoot down in Louisiana Parish Bayous. Terrebonne Parish Health Systems Community Sports Institute is in the house. Stan and the crew, always here. Thank you, Stan. He'll have the high school segment later. Number 6, Barker Honda. Lester and the crew is here. Jonathan Terrell, AD from Nichols State. Real sought after, so we can hope we can keep him here with Nichols. We'll talk to you with him a little later as the success as they win it. And, of course, another fine sponsor, South Louisiana Bank. Always a supporter of this. Terrebonne Churches United. Of course, Spud McConnell and the crew there. We appreciate everything y'all do. TPCG, that's the Terrebonne Parish Consolidated Government. We're here. Good crew down there for Terrebonne Parish.
Look at Jack.
Jack's here.
Jack, you representing, brother.
While we doing initials, GIS. is in the house. Grand Isle Shipyards, Engineering and Cardiovascular Institute of the South is here as well. Tita and the Terrebonne Parish School District also here. They're having a week off, but Terrebonne Parish and Tita are here. And the HTV and the Legends table. Coach Albert's there. Martin's crew is here. Of course, Lorraine False and other special guests here.
Well, we have a living legend, too, and I don't want to steal the thunder. Boy, y'all know that if you're a champion in life or on the field, how about Gavin Dugas?
Right, Gavin.
Oh,
Gavin.
Hey.
Where's Gavin? I didn't even see Gavin.
Oh, no, that's a household name. Talking about the LSU fighting Tiger.
When Bobby's going to know a baseball player is in the audience and Harry doesn't, you know where this show is going today. We'll be back with more sports on the Bayou.
Right after the break, LSU talk. Whoa, stick around. It's getting good.
Here at Rouse's, we have our own brands of products, which you'll find down every aisle of our stores. These are the best quality at the best price. They compare to the national brands we sell, but at a lower cost. Most are made right here, but we travel the world too. And we personally taste test and guarantee every item. So if our name's on the label, you can trust it's good. Rouse's brand, best quality at the best price.
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin & Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin & Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin & Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
The new generation of Hondas are here at Barker Honda.
The all-new Accord, head of its class, miles ahead.
All new 2023 HRV and CRV.
And Pilot, built for every driving need. Family favorite Odyssey has all new trim levels.
Go everywhere with Passport.
And the award-winning Civic.
The generation for every generation. And always remember, it's better at Barker.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford & Associates for all of your insurance needs. And St. Martin & Bork Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back with more Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou. Guys, LSU and another great performance by Jaden Daniels, 56-14 over Georgia State. Thing that jumps out in the first half, Georgia State moved the football.
They did.
On a bad LSU defense, but Jaden Daniels, every time they gave him the football, it was a long drive and a score. And right now, he has got to be, now he's got to put up a big game against A&M. But if he can do that, I think he's the Heisman Trophy winner.
I hope you're right. He plays at the same exact time as Ohio State and Michigan. And then Oregon and Washington will probably play.
That's why they're watching Ohio State, Michigan. So that's why you have to have the stat line.
That's what I'm saying.
People look at the stat line.
Because after that game, they're going to go to the highlights.
Yes.
And he's going to be the guy.
He needs to.
He's got to get off
He needs to run for 100 and throw for 300. Then he's still all right.
Because A&M's defense, as bad as they are on offense,
it might be the best defense LSU has faced.
Here's my deal. I would go recruiting if I'm Brian Kelly. I don't know who's going to be the head coach at A&M. I'm going recruiting to try to get some of those guys to come
defense.
to LSU. My thing is, can you find a better spot that you could come walk in and be a starter?
All right.
Defensive line. A&M's done a good job.
When you look at Josh Daniels right now, that he became, we all know 96 yards rushing against Georgia State, became the first LSU quarterback to surpass 1,000 yards in a season. 11th player in college history to throw for 3,000 yards rushing. I should say throwing and rushing for 1,000. Now he's at 3,000, right under 3,600 yards, over 1,000 yards rushing in 11 games. But this is competition to win the Heisman. 1 week left in the regular season. Jaden Daniels leads college football with 4,591 total yards. He has 901 more yards than Washington quarterback Michael Penix and 924 more than Oregon quarterback Bo Nix. But the thing is, watch out for Bo Nix. Because if Bo Nix, okay, I never understood this. Now think about it. Oregon is playing Oregon State. Did they have a Civil War in Oregon? It's called the Civil War matchup. What Oregon? Why is that? Somebody, you can Google that probably. Why is Oregon State called the Civil War battle? You know, you got the Iron Bowl in Alabama, you got the Egg Bowl in Mississippi. Why do they call that the Civil War? Then he's going to have that, and Jane Daniels won't be able to play in a championship game. Then you're going to have Bo Nix against Washington. So if Bo Nix gets off against Oregon State and Washington, he'll win the Heisman. I'm telling you. And no matter what Jane Daniels does, we need to say your rosary or pray that we need Jane Daniels to have an awesome game against A&M and Bo Nix to slip up. Whether it's Oregon State or Washington.
Let Bo Nix play like he did at Auburn. That's
exactly.
Beat him out.
No, it's not even the same person. What?
We'll go to the highlights of LSU's big win over Georgia State early on. Jaden Daniels, man, he makes this look so effortlessly.
No, it's like a video game. Look at that.
And nobody got a good shot at him. And at least 6 guys touched him. And then Jaden right over the middle. Pow. Touchdown, Malik Neighbors.
You might say this is blasphemy, but I'm telling you, Jane Daniels brings more to the table in college football than Joe Burrow.
Blasphemy.
What?
That's blasphemy.
You know why it's blasphemy? Because the defense that Joe Burrow had compared to what Jane Daniels.
It's not even in the same country, so to speak. But Georgia State ate them up.
Because LSU's defense is sorry.
Okay, then Jaden over the middle. Ow. Guess who? Kyron Lacey.
And look at
from
the
Thibodeau
receiving
High
corps.
School. Now, every time he drop a pass, Bobby would text me, tell your guy Kyron to catch it. He's finally catching it.
Yes.
Then Brian Thomas here goes in for the score. But, man, Brian Thomas, he has made a
Mike,
huge
we've talked
leap.
about this. Think about this. LSU is now a wide receiver. You ain't no DBU.
No.
A wide receiver. You look at the wide receiver.
And potentially you're going to have 2 first-round picks in the 2024 draft. Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas Jr. Just hope you can recruit Kyron back for another season because he's got a chance to be special at LSU. And then again, Kyron Lacey gets it down.
Thibodeau High.
8-yard line. And then Jaden over the middle, touchdown. Kyron Lacey.
With Dwayne Bowe, remember he dropped a lot of passes and really came on his
And he got better as a
And they
pro.
threw it to the young freshman. McMahon goes in for the score. Then the tush push gets him in for Jaden Daniels.
That looks like the Eagles, but it's still okay.
But they don't have Kelsey at center either.
Yeah.
That's a big part of it.
Or I don't think he bench press. I mean, the leg squat 600 pounds.
Not Turner. Turner. Then Jaden back to pass, throws this one up. And you talk about it all the time. Malik Neighbors, throw it up and go get it. You don't need to throw it on a line. And he puts it up there. Great catch by Malik Neighbors. Again, 56-14. It's going to be interesting because, yes, A&M's really strong up front along their defensive line. But I think the unsung heroes of this LSU team, their offensive line. How good they played all year long.
Without a doubt.
Their offensive line has really, really played well, especially the tackles, and Emory Jones and certainly Will Campbell.
Well, especially how we've been disappointed in the LSU D-line. The O-line has been the polar opposite of that. And the one thing I think is going to be critical going against the Aggies, against A&M, is that to set the tone from the get-go. You look at LSU scored a touchdown now in its first possession of each half for the 5th game in a row. So how you setting the tone, Mike? You always want to start the game fast, come out at halftime and get a touchdown. We've done that 5 games in a row and the 6th time in 11 outings this season. You might think, well, a lot of teams do that. No, they don't. You talk about setting the tone. That's where Jane Daniels is at right now. Now you look, okay, again, Joe Burrow. We love Joe Burrow. Who doesn't love Joe Burrow? I don't know whether he got the Achilles or the wrist, whatever. That's a different story in the NFL. Now, look, the 8 total touchdowns scored tied Joe Burrow for the most touchdowns responsible for in the game. Joe Burrow threw for 70, ran for 1. You remember when we crushed Oklahoma in the semifinal in 2019? That set an SEC record. Well, you know what? We're setting SEC records right now with Jaden Daniels. You know why you want Jaden Daniels to win the Heisman? For recruiting.
For the next quarterback.
All of a sudden, we got the Joe Burrow 2019 winning the Heisman, and then also you got Jaden Daniels. Oh, you come here as a top quarterback. Look what we've produced. Because that lives in infamy. If you win the Heisman Trophy, that means you're going to be a good NFL quarterback. But you win the Heisman Trophy, That's something you can make money the rest of your life off of that. You see them damn commercials.
Oh, yeah.
The Heisman.
Johnny Manziel still making money.
Yeah, Johnny football.
Man, I can tell you some stories.
Johnny football can't hold James.
No, he ain't in the area code. No, I take nothing away from him as a college player.
Yeah.
Manziel was a really good college player, but he's not on that level of Jaden. Yeah. He couldn't run like what Jaden Daniels can, and he didn't throw the football nearly as well.
Well, the thing is, and you got to look at it, usually you got to be a great quarterback and your team has to win. But there's been 3 examples. Now, that's why you got to beat A&M. You can't have 4 losses. There's been 3 examples, 3 teams that have lost 3 games. But Tim Tebow, RG3,
Lamar Jackson.
And Lamar Jackson. Okay, Lamar Jackson, I think he's pretty good. With the
he's better than pretty good.
He got MVP. So I'm telling you, that's why he's still winning the Heisman, even though LSU's
Texas A&M's offensive line is as bad as LSU's defensive line. They've got their top 2 quarterbacks knocked out. Okay, and they may get a third this week. We'll be back with more sports on the Bayou.
Don't go away. Harry McCullough coming up shortly with his sports feature of the week.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our offered team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Here at Rouse's, we have our own brands of products, which you'll find down every aisle of our stores. These are the best quality at the best price. They compare to the national brands we sell, but at a lower cost. Most are made right here, but we travel the world too. And we personally taste test and guarantee every item. So if our name's on the label, you can trust it's good. Rouse's brand, best quality at the best price.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Alford & Associates. For all of your insurance needs, Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. And St. Martin & Bourke Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back to more Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou. H, I'm going to throw it to you. Man, listen, I got to say, man, look what JT has done in a short period of time and the people he's hired, okay? Baseball coach, women's basketball coach, men's basketball coach.
Well, that means...
So take credit for Rebo, too. I know you didn't do it, but take credit for Tim also.
Well, that means, to me, again, common sense. He knows what he's doing.
1%er right here.
He's the 1%er.
That's Jonathan Terrell. And, again, congratulations, man. Another, spectacular finish for the football team. Of course, you're worried about all the sports, but... Let's talk about football first. You guys win 7 games in a 6-game season, right? You got a forfeit in there. Right. So you're 7-0. Spectacular. I know it didn't, we didn't know for sure how we were going to start, but what a finish for Coach Rebo and the crowd.
Yeah, so when we started, when you start against TCU, Tulane, Sacramento State, when a number 10 team in the country, when you start with those teams, you got to measure based off of who they are. And so after Sacramento State, thought that we would be okay. After TCU, I thought that we had a really good football team. Coach Tim Rebo thought the same thing.
Right.
And after we played Tulane, a few mistakes, if we cancel the mistakes, we can win conference, and that's the goal. So, and they did that. 7-0, played really tough. Thought we had a really great defense, and offense did exactly what they're supposed to do. People say you win championships because of defense, and it's showing.
Oh, yeah, man, really good, fun to watch. And you're right. Just watch this team grow, And in the last couple of games, it's like they were totally different team than I saw the Tulane game in Thibodaux. So you play Southern Illinois this week. So we have a graphic to show. Again, the Colonels are 6-4. Going against a 7-4 team, you have to go up there to Carbondale, right?
Yeah, so it's going to be a nice 40-something degrees. It'd be awesome. Not freezing.
We're not playing the Grizzlies in Montana.
That's exactly what I thought about. We did in 96, and it was cold. I think my gloves melted on the heater. I didn't even feel my fingers. And this is going to be good, though. I'm excited. It's going to be a good trip, not that far away. It's not far from Southeast Missouri when we played SEMO. They have a really good football team. I mean, you're not here if you don't. But I just have faith in what these guys are doing, being together, being one team, one goal.
Hard nosed, too, right? You run the ball a lot. McQuaid's been a true find at quarterback, a little lefty. He looks good, too. So that whole team looks good, right?
Yeah, all around. I mean, and it starts off with the leader. I mean, Coach Tim Rebowe, and having both coordinators for the whole time that he's been here, all 9 years.
Isn't that amazing?
Very amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, you see him come and go, and I think that is the nucleus of what makes this whole team roll.
Yeah, so I mean, got a lot going on in Nichols, and big basketball win, right? You go on the road and beat LSU in Baton Rouge. That'd be pretty special for a guy that's 28 years old.
Yeah.
How did you make that hire?
Well, so it's crazy. Tavon, I mean, what a colonel. I mean, having to come back, play here, coach here, only player right now with he played here and won a championship. He coached here as an assistant and won a championship. The goal is to be a head coach. But at 28 years old, he is about 55 or 60.
Right.
It's amazing.
Real mature.
Real mature. When we met, he just asked one time we met at the NCAA tournament. He said, our only thing I ask is that if this job ever opens up, can you please just give me an interview? And I said, I'll do that. And I'm a man of my word and gave him an interview. I didn't think he would blow us away like he did, but he was unbelievable in the interview. And so we welcomed him back home.
So you looked at the committee and went, I think we found our guy?
Exactly what we did.
Yeah.
I mean, the committee was excited, and you don't even think about the age. You think about what he brings. And this was probably our only time to probably hire Tavon. Tavon was moving up at the University of Maryland.
Right.
They had just lost a lot of their coaches to head coaching jobs.
Right.
And so if it wasn't then we weren't going to be able to afford him anyway.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, no, it's incredible and great story. And like I say, one of those guys, those savant guys that you can see going through. Tell me what else we should know about Nichols.
Yeah, so, I mean, we got our women's basketball coach who we brought back home, who is also a colonel. We have JP, Justin Payne. JP, was here for 10 years as a coach, played here on the boys' side,
right.
And then went ahead away for 2 years or 3 years, and I brought him back home, and he's doing some big things by beating Tulane as well.
And then facilities?
Facilities are moving around. I mean, we have the covered practice facility that's just built. We have baseball that's about to get started. Softball and soccer are about to get started.
Yeah.
And Stouffer just finished. So we've been blessed with some good things.
Yeah, and we all remember baseball should have beat Alabama. That was
and you didn't lose anybody. Transfer portal.
Did not
in baseball.
In baseball, did not lose one student athlete. That's what.
Because we were worried about the pitcher, right?
Yeah, we were worried about the pitcher a little bit.
Everybody worried about the pitcher. But when you're talking about the people that you have that's leading this group, when you talk about culture and how well you treat student athletes, they don't want to leave, not just because of money, but they want to stay around the people that you trust the most.
Right. And we were joking. We're going to get you a new contract, too, because he's real.
Yeah, we'll get Bobby to renegotiate that deal, JT. I guarantee you'll get more money.
Okay.
I guarantee you.
We have to put that graphic up. Okay, I'm going to give you all a quiz. Put that graphic up right here. Okay, do y'all know what that mascot is for Southern Illinois? Come on, somebody yell.
Saluki.
A Saluki. What's a Saluki? I mean, it's a dog, but what kind of dog? They're like a greyhound or something, right? People say like Southern Illinois Saluki. What is Saluki? What is that? Nobody would never guess that. You know what's a Bayou connection with Southern Illinois?
Yep.
He's in the Bayou Hall of Fame from the Pointville Assumption High School. Brandon Jacobs went to Auburn. He went to Blinn.
You don't have to play him this week.
And he went. That's where he went to school, Southern Illinois.
We did enough of that when he was at Assumption.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that again.
Right. Well, Jonathan, thank you so much, man.
Thanks
we appreciate it. And we'll be right back with more Sports on the Bayou.
Right after a short break, Stan Gravois in his Prep Football Roundup.
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin & Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin & Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin & Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
The Terrebonne Church's United Food Bank.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by St. Martin and Bourke Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Alford and Associates for all of your insurance needs. And by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
Hi everybody, welcome to our weekly high school football report. It was week 2 of the high school football playoffs. We had 5 teams entering competition. Only 3 make it through. Let's take a look. Unfortunately, Vanderbilt Catholic knocked out in the second round. J.F. Kennedy wins that game 46-6 in New Orleans. And CCA goes down to St. Martin's in the Division IV select playoff bracket. Both Vanderbilt and CCA with great seasons. In Napoleonville, it was the Reese Turner Show in the Division II non-select playoffs. Whether the District 7 4A MVP was running it or throwing it, he was the best player on the field as Assumption High School wins it easily over Breaux Bridge 43-21. The win by the Mustangs sets up another home playoff game for Assumption. In round 3, they'll be taking on upset winner Northwest, who is the number 22 seed. The winner of that one takes on Cecilia or Jennings in round 4. In the Division IV select bracket, Central Catholic gets a baseball score win over St. Frederick 6-2. The Eagles will now take on traditional power Southern Lab. The winner of that one has the task of taking on the winner of Ouachita Christian and St. Mary's. And in Thibodaux, it was 3 huge pass plays from quarterback Jake Sternfels to receiver Paxton LaFont that took the top off of De La Salle. With the Cardinals trailing by 10 in the third quarter, 3 receptions by LaFont led the Cardinals to victory. 2 of those were for touchdowns. The second led to the short Jax Trish run in the mid-4th quarter. And on the next possession, it was probably his biggest pass catch of the game. The Nichols commit catches this 4th down pass from 5 yards out, giving E.D. White a 4-point lead with 1:06 left in the game. The Cavaliers would threaten one more time, but it was this interception by junior safety Nate Thompson that seals the deal for the Cardinals. E.D. White goes on to win this one in a thriller 31-27. The Cardinals will remain at home for round 3 of the Division II select playoffs. They'll be taking on number 7 seed Turlings Catholic at Pelche Stadium. The winner of that one will take on the winner of Lafayette Christian and McDonough 35. You can tune in to all of the third round action between E.D. White Catholic and Turlings by tuning in to Terrebonne General Community Sports Institute's Game of the Week on Rock 97.7 FM. Pre-game starts at 6:45, game time 7 o'clock.
I saw you working. And of course, we congratulate the 3 teams that are moving on: E.D. White, Assumption, and Central Catholic from our area. Again, Mr. Big, Bobby Arsenal, and I will be on the call on that game on Rock 97.7. That's the E.D. White game. So if you're traveling about for the Thanksgiving post and pre-holidays, you might pick it up there. But we're going to shift gears a little bit. We're going to move to baseball right now. As Bobby had mentioned a little bit earlier, we're so fortunate to have with us Gavin Dugas. If you've had the pleasure of meeting Gavin, he's you know, that old adage, that old cliche, such a great person. He's a better person than he is baseball player. Well, he's a pretty good baseball player. He's a better person. So that tells you a little bit about.
Well, what is that saying, Harry? You want him to date your daughter? Or somebody? Yeah,
tell my girlfriend that.
Oh, wait a minute now. You setting up something here.
If I had the opportunity, with my daughter being 35, I think he might think she's a little bit too.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Well, somebody's daughter. If some parent, Gavin Dugas comes in, oh, we hit the lottery.
Just this morning, he was working with my daughter's son at LBA.
There you go.
Okay.
We have him in very good hands. What a lot of people want to know is, you know, you win the national championship with LSU, always your dream school being from here in Terrebonne Parish. But people didn't realize right after you're the 6th round draft choice. Right after you have to make a decision on, you know, how you're going to get up with the Nationals and stuff. Talk about from the time you win the national championship, playing in Fredericksburg, and what you're doing in the offseason right now.
Absolutely. No, it was a pretty quick transition for me.
like you said, went straight into pro ball. I got maybe 3 days off. I was able to go to the Keys in Florida with Dylan for a little bit and our girlfriend. So we had a good time to kind of celebrate that. But like you said, I was fortunate enough to get drafted, not as high as you, but I was close enough. But no, at the end of the day, it was an awesome experience just to be able to do what we did and win the national championship and then go on and fulfill my dream of playing pro ball. And now I'm currently in the off season. I'm just enjoying myself, kind of relaxing a little bit and just kind of letting it sink in finally, and working for Elite Workforce in the off season, just a little part-time job, hiring some labor and working with kids like your grandson. So.
Listen, it's something we want to mention. Obviously, Gavin is one of those pillars from our community. Terrebonne General has sort of teamed up with him. He's helping us with some projects along the way. And part of those projects are keeping kids safe on the field, making sure they're eating right, nutrition, all of those things that goes into making a well-rounded athlete. One of those things, when we talk about well-rounded, listen, he was on the All World Series tournament team. He was the MVP of the Eugene Regional, and maybe one of the most impressive things with all of those accolades that come along with it, he was also All SEC Academic Honor Roll from 2020 all the way through to 2023. So that is a great. Talk about it. You had to overcome thumb injuries, your shoulder this past year. How was all of that going along?
I mean, it was a lot of adversity at the end of the day. It's something I'm thankful for because it kind of molded me into the man that I am today. But like we talked about in the past, I wouldn't be here or standing here if it wasn't for the opportunity to take care of my body the right way through all the injuries, through my training staff at LSU and in high school, because I sustained a lot of injuries in my entire career, not just in college. So no, I'm very fortunate and in a very good spot, healthy-wise and physically. So I'm just very fortunate to have people like that around me.
Has it sunk in, sorta? I mean, is it?
People ask me that all the time, and to be honest, it hasn't. It's kind of weird to say, but I really don't feel it. It's still kind of numb to the fact that we did do what we did.
When do you report back with the Nationals?
I'll be back around mid-February to March. That's when we send us and go to spring training.
Very good. Thinking of things in the future, I mean, goals, aspirations. Obviously, it was single A this year. I don't know if you set a timetable, how that works, things like that. But working hard to get back and maybe move up in that organization?
Absolutely. No, I'm starting right now with a one day at a time mindset. Kind of trying to crush the rehab for my recent shoulder surgery that I had. So I'm kind of working with that. But like I said, it's just going one day at a time and going for as long as I possibly can.
You made the comment the other day real quick where I asked you, is this all sort of overwhelming? And you said, no, it's not too much. But if you get the right group of guys who try and travel around Baton Rouge, not easy to go to a restaurant sometimes, right?
Absolutely. No, we've had a couple of instances where we have to hide in the back room because we can't really enjoy our food for a little bit. No offense to anybody.
Hey, so Gavin, what are your expectations for this year? You know, because fans are like, okay, what we're going to do next year? Well, we just won a championship, celebrate that. But what are we going to do next year and the expectations for this upcoming season of LSU?
And have you watched them in the fall?
So I got to watch a couple of scrimmages. We definitely have a good team. I mean, we rebuild very well through Coach Johnson. I mean, there's no better man to be in the position that he's in. He's literally got the grasp of the program with the best possible things. You know, he's got it in a good direction, and his goal, in my mind, is what I view as that is he's trying to be the next Alabama of college baseball, and he will be. I truly believe that. There's no guy that loves baseball more than him. So our team's gonna be pretty good this year, no matter how we do it. Be more small ball from what I see. A little bit more bunting, hit and runs, type of stuff like that. Gonna have a lot of good pitching, probably better than last year. I know that's kind of hard to believe, but we're gonna have a lot of dudes in the mound, so it'll be interesting to see.
So Gavin, now I don't know if y'all even look at this, but in the public we do because we are social beings, and you look at like Paul Skeens, and what's her name? Oliver
Livy Dunn.
Livy Dunn.
Okay, Dunn. Is that our version of Kelsey and Taylor Swift? I mean, isn't that about right? It seems like, on a different level, it's more regional, with pop and all, but you look at Taylor Swift and Kelsey's talking about retiring last night after the game. I'm like, what, you still playing at a high level? What is it? Man, come on, you got to check yourself. I mean, I know she's in concert in Brazil where the heat index is like 132 or something. But come on, it seems like that's the version from a local perspective. You know, you get the recognition, you know, Paul Skeens and all that. And what kind of with Kelsey?
You only get that question on Sports on the Bayou from Bobby. I guarantee you.
It's actually not the first time I've heard that. No, it's definitely been a thing going around town for sure, especially in Baton Rouge.
I can't say this. When we walked in and we were getting our meal, I'm walking with Gavin, and he looks and he sees Harry, and he goes, "That's Harry McCullough."
There you go. That's big.
A Bayou Hall of Famer.
Listen, thank you so much for everything you're doing. Congratulations on what happened, and best of luck what's going to happen to you in the future. And we're extremely proud of you.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah, you're right. All right.
We'll be back with more Sports on the Bayou right after this.
Don't fall asleep when we come back from the break. Chuck Bork with his What's Up, Chuck segment.
Here at Rouse's, we have our own brands of products, which you'll find down every aisle of our stores. These are the best quality at the best price. They compare to the national brands we sell, but at a lower cost. Most are made right here, but we travel the world too. And we personally taste test and guarantee every item. So if our name's on the label, you can trust it's good. Rouse's brand, best quality at the best price.
Terrebonne General Health System is the largest healthcare resource in Southeast Louisiana, offering a high-tech and high-touch style of healing. World-renowned services include cardiology, women's health, cancer care, and a healthy lifestyle center.
This is a true calling for all the physicians, nurses, and staff who make up our proud Terrebonne General family. We are here to provide healthcare for our community.
To discover more, please visit tghealthsystem.com.
Sports on the Bayou is also brought to you by our corporate sponsors. South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together. Terrebonne General Health Systems and their Community Sports Institute. Barker Honda, the Barker family tradition of quality. Terrebonne Churches United Food Bank. And from Lafourche Parish, Louisiana's Cajun Bayou. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou. Normally, this is our What's Up, Chuck segment. But, H, I'm going to throw it to you and also Jonathan and see how this...
Jonathan Thurn. So, fan of the year. Where does this come from? He's going to answer a question. He's going to do our What's Up, Chuck segment for Chuck Bork. But Chuck's not here, by the way. So
yeah, he's in court somewhere. He's trying to make some money.
Right. First of all, how did you become fan of the year?
So somebody has to nominate you, or you have to nominate yourself through the NFL.com website. And after that, it's just hoping and waiting that you get picked. From what I was told, there was almost 61,000 nominations. So.
Whoa.
Yes.
Now, you work for the Sheriff's Department. Does
Yes.
that have anything to do with it that, maybe they got to get a ticket fixed? No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, your public service and all that, does that work in your favor?
So a lot of it, yes. It's it goes off what you give back to your community. It goes off of some of the things that you've done in the past. I know I was told
Great shot.
A lot of it was to do with being a veteran, giving back to the community, obviously working with the sheriff's office, and just in general being a good person, always looking out for everybody.
Now, we the only ones that say matern? If you go...
If you're on the Bayou, it's matern.
No, matern. Yeah. Ain't no... not matern. Matern. Yeah.
So it's matern or matherine?
Bayou Lafourche is matern.
Oh, matern.
Oh,
sure,
no question.
Grand Caillou might be matern. But anyway, yeah. So you have a question. So you're going to do Chuck's spot. So you have a question for the group.
So my question with Mike Thomas being doubtful this week, and we brought in Callaway, where does A.T. Perry stack up to fill that role?
Well, A.T. Perry's going to play over Callaway. I'm still ticked off at Callaway.
He's all airline draw. That's all he's been.
With Callaway, I never forget, Andy Dalton hits him right in the hands against the Cardinals. You remember that pick six? I'm like, what? I was like, I know as a quarterback, I can't throw it any better. Then it goes off his hands and we get a pick six. Oh, and it counts against Andy Dalton. That should count against Callaway. Callaway's an underachiever. I mean, he's coming out of Tennessee, what he did with the Saints. And then Sean Payton brought him on board, and then
Sean cut him loose.
Then Sean cut him loose. So all I know is A.T. Perry, I think they're more optimistic with him than Callaway. Callaway is brought on board, you know why? Because he knows offense.
Yeah,
and he's a big man.
But if you
receiver.
remember where our receivers were, they were making him like the number one receiver there for a while.
Ain't no way.
He was a walk-on, and they put him in number one, so he wasn't ready for that.
No.
Maybe he can grow.
He was overwhelmed.
Yeah.
No, again, he was great in practice, right? But he didn't translate that onto the field.
Marquez Callaway's a big receiver. I'm not saying he's big for nothing, but he's not too short from that.
No, A.T. Perry, he can make some plays. Thanks, guys. We appreciate it.
Yeah, you're right.
We'll be back with more sports on the Bayou.
Don't fall asleep now, because when we come back, I'll give away an award to someone who's in the audience on my Stay to Play segment.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our offered team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Cardiovascular Institute of the South is celebrating 40 years of delivering health care to our patients and communities. Founded by Dr. Craig Walker in 1983 and guided by a mission to provide the highest quality cardiovascular care available, CIS has pioneered hundreds of firsts to improve outcomes for cardiovascular diseases. Through new technology, virtual care, outpatient procedures, and national growth, CIS is improving lives and leading the way for advanced care and innovation.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Alford & Associates. For all of your insurance needs, Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints, and St. Martin & Bourke Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back to more Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou. We got Gavin back up. H is going to take over the State of Play.
State of Play raffle is here, $100. Right here, we're going to give away. And like I was telling Gavin, just act like you pick your own number. But, Stan was saying how good a kid he is.
Give him this one. This is A-Bear. He's been wanting to win so bad. Go ahead.
I got one question for Gavin. Wooden bat, here. How's the wooden bat treating you?
Awesome. I love it.
God didn't. I mean, I really like those aluminums.
Yeah, no, it's very nice. Very nice.
Good, man. So let's spin the wheel. All right. Reach in.
Well, at least the numbers didn't come out like it normally does with Morton, so you did good, Harry.
Can I read it?
Yeah.
595952.
What? Oh, Mr. Big.
Mr. Ellen.
GIS. I'd say the rich get richer.
Hey, Bob. I don't know how far that 100 going to take you, but.
Thank you, Bob.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Good pick, Gavin.
So, when you going back, you said?
Mid-February, so.
And where's y'all spring training?
West Palm Beach, Florida.
West Palm?
that's not too bad.
Whoa,
Not bad.
That's pretty nice.
They got NIL, at LSU, so you could probably get him a nice place down there.
I wish.
Hey, one thing they can't take away from you, and I heard Bill Parcells say this years ago, they can take away your money, things can happen family-wise. Can't take away the fact at one time, you were part of something special. You were a champ, a world champ. So they can't take that from you, brother.
Absolutely.
You got that all your life.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
All right, spin it. Let's go.
You got another one?
No, but
You got $100 you want to give out?
I thought one gives 2 or 3 things. We only give
No, Lester gonna give $100.
Wait. We only giving one. Usually we give 2 or 3 a week. I mean, I don't know.
Well, you want to
have a gift
see if you can win?
certificate?
Yeah, let's do it now. All right.
I'll cough.
We're not giving anything. This is just a placebo effect.
I'll cough up 100. I'll cough up 100.
595961.
There we go. That's lucky and unlucky.
Here, right here. Give her.
Okay.
She looks like a nice lady.
Now you better check that with the bank.
Might have a string on it.
Because they got some counterfeiting going on these days. You
So
never
wait,
know.
come here. You can get your $100
Come
bucks.
get the 100. Come on.
All right.
Yeah.
Look, I now know this is well earned.
That's
all right. You see, if some rich person would have won this, I'd have been mad.
You wouldn't have given the 100. All right, thanks, guys. We appreciate it. We'll be back to finish it up here on Sports on the Bayou.
Coming up, a look at next week's game.
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin & Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin & Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin & Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
You gotta try this. And some of those. Ooh, and definitely that. You won't be disappointed, but just know you can only get it here. Up and down Louisiana's Cajun Bayou in Lafourche Parish. Y'all come visit? We're just 35 miles south of New Orleans. Hungry? Let's eat!
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford & Associates for all of your insurance needs. And St. Martin & Bork Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back with more Sports on the Bayou.
Thanks for watching this version of Sports on the Bayou. Be next week, hopefully with a Saints win and an LSU win.
Who dat?
Sports on the Bayou.
Go Saints.
We'll see you next week on Sports on the Bayou.